Hey, I hope you guys are having a good week. I just want to share a few things. Heading into the weekend, I will be there, um, but Stu and Lila will not. And so I just wanted to make sure that I share this for you now before we get in to Sunday. Just a few things. We are a little low on the ushering team and the parking team, so we may need some help stepping into those. We have one person so far signed up for 9 a.m. Dave Meister will be there for ushering both 9 and 11, and normally Rich Bonner is there at the 11 also, but we may need someone to step in and help with that. And then as well as parking, we don't. Doug and Donna are out of town, or they have family in town this weekend, and so um, we don't have anyone parking at the 9 a.m. We have one person at the 11. So we just may need some help when it comes to that team. Then I didn't write it on here, but we have finally our Next Steps team and our first time get our family check-in teams are finally going to start merging. So what that means is pre-service, the Next Steps team is going to serve as the first time family check-in. And so this week, Kevin is going to be connecting with that team. And the whole reason, the whole reason is we have two different places that we ask like first time guests to show up. The Next Steps table, which isn't always clear that that's where we want them to go, and the first time family check-in, in the kids, which they have to go to because their kid's not in the system yet. And so their stop for first time families works really, really well. Ours, pre-service, not so much. They also struggle manning that a lot, and it's only pre-service. But then what we've realized also is they meet this volunteer, they connect with somebody pre-service, and then after service, they have to connect with somebody new, and we just thought, well, one, it would help combine those teams to make it easier as far as filling the positions, but two, that way now who's ever checking them in for the very first time as a family pre-service is also the same people helping them post-service, so they really get to connect with that person on that team. If that doesn't make sense, I can definitely clarify that for you this weekend, but hopefully starting this week, Kevin is going to be taking our Next Steps team through some of the what is needed for first-time family check-in pre-service. We also have a sign that hopefully will be up that is attached to the Next Steps table, just to help them see, hey, this is now where you come to check in if you are a first-time family. So we are really excited to give this a shot. We're hoping that it makes it easier, it gives people a better experience, makes them feel a little more comfortable, and then they connect with somebody a little bit better there at Fountain Springs the very first time they're there. So that is hopefully happening this weekend. Next weekend, we have baptism coming up. I'm always excited. I was really pumped if you weren't there. CJ got to share his story this last weekend, which was really cool, and him and his wife will be again leading baptism. So if you know of anyone who wants to help, or if you want to help, let me know, or them, and we can connect you guys and get you plugged into that team. But just be praying for the people who are getting baptized. If you know of people who should be, encourage them. Let them know. We have a class tonight, and then we have 3 more in the next week and a half before the service. And anyone who has made that decision that God's putting on that heart, we want them to be there. But this week, the other thing I just wanted to be, processing, I guess, is this idea. Todd talked about inadequacy last week, which I loved. I thought it was great because it's one of our biggest struggles. Like this, are we enough? And I think we always focus on, okay, are we helping people? And I even wrote, are we showing people that they are enough as they come in for maybe the very first time? But this last week, it became apparent that we have volunteers that don't always feel like they're enough. I talked to a couple that you can just tell like they struggle not feeling like they're enough if they happen to have to like miss serving. And we talked a little bit about that, but I just felt like that is a great opportunity for all of us to speak into our volunteers' lives, helping them see like, hey, we love having you here, but you are enough. And it's now us who get to show you that, us who get to show other people that. But sometimes we just look past our own team and focus primarily on, okay, all those people coming in for the first time or all those people who aren't serving or aren't connected, make them feel welcome, make them feel like they're enough. But just being able to look at our teams this week and say, okay, is there anyone here that is struggling with that? And I think some of you know some of those people. I know we've talked about some. But just, shepherding in those moments as well, helping people see, no, you are enough, not because of what you're doing or what you've done, because of what God did. So just a little food for thought. But if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you guys this weekend.